The Detroit Lions are depleted on defense. They've been depleted essentially all year. Week 3 lost their starting defensive end in Marcus Davenport. They're starting Sam linebacker with Derek Barnes. And we didn't think we were going to recover after we lost Aiden Hutchinson. And now we're at the point of no return because, according to NFL operations, shout out to Celine313, according to NFL operations today, in less than 2 hours, the NFL playoff rosters will be locked. Now, I tried to figure out what that means as far as, because the other part of that said with a few exceptions, and I would assume that those exceptions are for people coming off IR of your own team. So what does that mean? The Miami Dolphins said that they would waive Calais Campbell if they didn't make the playoffs, and it went down to the last week in which he played. So far, it is Wednesday, and no word of whether Calais Campbell has been waived or not. Doesn't look like it's going to happen. I don't know what those exceptions are, but as of 4 o'clock today, they will be playoff rosters will be locked, which I would assume there are no new additions to the team. Shout out to New Addition. No new additions to the team. So after all of that, Calais Campbell not only will not be on a team, he won't get a chance to go for a Super Bowl, which is unfortunate because the Detroit Lions could use him making a run. We're going to face a team that we're going to need to get some pressure on. He's not going to be like Sam Darnold. He's not going to miss throws when he's under pressure. We've seen what Josh Allen can do. We know what Patrick Mahomes can do. We've seen this. And in the AFC, if we make the Super Bowl, we're going to face a quarterback that is pretty good under pressure. And Calais Campbell won't be able to be part of that team. Now, again, I tried to find out what the exceptions are, and I couldn't find anything else. I tried to see if there was a part of the NFL operations that elaborated on that specific statement, but I would just assume that it means that any newcomers, anybody who's not on the team in any capacity, whether it's IR, practice squad, whatever the situation, which means that the Lions can no longer poach anybody. If they have to do it by today, they would have to go poach somebody by today, which I would understand. But I was also trying to find out, could he be waived anyway? The season is officially over. Those teams who are not in the playoffs, they all cleaned out their lockers on Monday. And I would assume if Calais Campbell could have been waived, we would have heard it Monday, especially with the deadline or the NFL playoff rosters being locked at 4 p.m. today, that we would have heard that. So I don't think that Calais Campbell or anybody else for that matter will be part of the team. We will know in the next hour and a half if the Lions made any roster moves, any type of last-minute situations. But this is it. This is it. This is the team. And we're going to see if grit is going to be enough to win us the Super Bowl, because this is the team. The 53 that's on the active roster, the 16 that's on the practice squad, and those who can come back from IR, those guys are all we got. So we're going to see but it looks like the door is closed on Calais Campbell. I feel bad for him. He wanted to stay in Miami. He gave it all he had. Unfortunately for him, Miami, if they were going to waive him, Miami waited to literally the last possible second, and that time looked like it has passed. So Calais Campbell is probably at home somewhere because it looks like his season is over. So the Lions are going to have to win it all with the roster that they have. So kind of sucks, man, because I was looking forward to maybe even trying to get Calais Campbell, but that means that everybody that is not on a team, the Yannick Ngakwe's, those guys, Jason Pierre-Paul, anybody else, Patrick Peterson, right now, Jamal Adams, former Detroit Lion Jamal Adams is not on a team, and it looks like he won't be either. So we'll see, man. But again, I couldn't find what the exceptions are. I would assume that they have something to do with the practice squad. But let me know. Thoughts on Calais Campbell, man. Looks like he's going to miss out on yet another Super Bowl.